Yeah, not to spoil anything as a DM, but, it might be wise to be judicious about resource expenditure right now.
We have a chromatic dragon priest ritual vortex in the sky. I think we're aware that we should be careful with our resources right now. Thank you very much.
I want you to think about the last 6 years of this show, Josh. I want you to think about how many times I've had to remind you all about being in life or death situations.
I want you to think about the last 6 years of this show and the number of times you've had a chromatic priest dragon ritual with a vortex in the sky.
Voice in the skies. Don't want to get in the middle of your marriage. Bickering. I'm not a licensed therapist. I'm a licensed paladin.
God, Johannes would be such a good marriage therapist.
But I think that both of you should give each other more money so that you can spend it in the market.
This is Quid Pro Roll, a fantasy live play adventure where a party of unlikely heroes embark on a quest to bring dragons back to their world.
Well, howdy, listeners. Welcome to the Daily Crier Listening Show, where all the news and variant and beyond can make its way still right to you. Now, I'll have to make this one quick, as there appears to be something cleaning the space around me. Last time, we got a better look at that swirling vortex of death in the sky. And the party decided to use this as a unique opportunity to gain audience with the king. As fortune would have it, they were soon pulled into a separate room by none other than a Larian knight, Lady Rain, currently in disguise as a servant of the Borean crown. She takes some time in the safe space that she created to speak of plans and machinations brewing on the horizon. And in the end, the party pretended as though they were mind-wiped prisoners and got walked right into the very prison they had been searching for. All right, I must be going, because one of my window curtains just disappeared. And as always, y'all take care now.
The four of you have found yourself at the top of a winding staircase leading into a borderline fathomless depth of darkness below. You know it will take you beneath the palace, to where Rain said many of the kidnapped people are staying, or more accurately, being held. There are sconces of light that illuminate around this winding staircase that hold tight to the wall. You wanted to, hop down, you could, but you don't know how far it would go and whether or not your kneecaps would shoot out like bullets.
I love that Alex is like, if you want to hop to a fathomless pit, just in case, just to check it out,
Just in case you want to. Look, I put nothing past you at this point. Yeah, especially you. The light, even though you can tell it still follows and is lit down the staircase, doesn't seem to be effectively lighting the darkness well enough to let you see what's down there, or how long this staircase goes. You all are led down the stairs wordlessly. It feels like you're walking for hours, but probably isn't actually that long. When something comes into view as you step off the final stair and into this enormous room, there are high vaulted ceilings that are held up with steel and stone. and you can see carved around the walls and on the floor are glowing magic seals intertwined together into what almost seems like a chain. But it's hard to look towards them because it is hard to tear your eyes away from the people in front of you. Standing in lines and rows of 6 by 6, staring blindly into the middle distance, their eyes vacant of thought or life, are hundreds of people, probably 2 or 3 strong, just standing. So the only movement they're making is just a little bit of swaying to keep their balance. But they don't register you at all. You are taken to a pod down the row and into a corner. You realize that the group that you are being added to only has 2 people, meaning to continue the row, they are probably planning to add more. Maybe the people that you already saved. The soldiers walk away from you pretty confident, it seems, that you all are under the spell. You're not able to see a lot of guards. You're not even sure you see any. But you can hear their footsteps echo in this soundless room until the door closes behind them and they go back up the stairs.
Quick question, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
Did they lock the door?
Doesn't seem like it.
Ooh.
The folks that are around us, I know there's an absolute metric ton of them, but is there any specific form of dress that they're wearing? Or are they kind of in like generic street clothes from a variety of places?
They seem to be wearing a gray ensemble, something that was very clearly mass-produced cheaply. But you notice, from the way that it ties around the ankles and arms, it was created with the intent to go under armor.
Okay, so they're wearing something that the Borean Empire gave them, but isn't their standard issue military fatigues, so to speak.
No, it appears that they're wearing, like, somebody went in and bought like 10 Costco sweatsuits, but they were specifically designed to go under armor.
Just like Costco sweatsuits are.
Just like Costco sweatsuits are.
Kirkland.
You guys don't know this, but Kirkland brand sweatsuits are specifically made for Ren fairs and duels.
Yeah, Land of the Kirk.
You know, Kirkland does have one of the world's largest armies, so that makes sense.
You got to keep that supply chain so fresh. Speaking of supply chains, oh no! There are a lot of people chained up here. This is more than I can count on 2 hands.
Yeah.
Maybe 200 hands.
I know we're going to have to deal with the sorcerer in order to get folks out of this, but I'm wondering if there's something we can do to set ourselves up for greater success. The trouble is, even if we can break a few folks out of their trances, I worry that they would be so freaked out by their current situation that they'd be bad accomplices, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I know what you mean. We don't want a bunch of panicked people until we want a bunch of panicked people.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Although, we don't have a ton of time, so having some panicked people sooner than later might actually help us.
I will tell you something that is top secret.
Okay.
I know how to dispel magic.
Johannes?
Uh-oh.
I've seen you dispel, I think, this before.
Well,
remember back when we were in that coastal town?
Nope,
And there was the
don't.
shed full of people who were stunned?
Still don't.
I think this is that.
Whoa, my God, you're right. before that ship sunk in the harbor.
Yeah, before we sunk that ship.
That was really deep. It was a deep harbor.
Yeah, exactly.
I forgot about that, but now I'm plunging into the depths with you of memory. Fathoms. I can fathom it.
Yes, exactly. So, I think this is just that on a really, really big scale.
Yeah, I'm looking at this, and by this I mean my mind, where I keep my spells inscribed on my heart.
Right,
and
yes.
I'm thinking that I've got about 120 feet range, which is pretty big.
But you can't. When we were in the town, you were only doing that on like a person at a time. Surely you can't do that on a whole bunch of people all at once.
I mean, I guess it depends on if it's one spell, technically, or if it's a lot of spells, technically.
Does dispel magic require a target, or is it dispel magic in an area?
I think
it's choose any creature, object, or magical effect within range.
So if she's holding everyone's mind prisoner under one magic effect, as opposed to having each of them under individual magic effect,
which I feel like one magical effect would be the right thing, because then you could deliver orders. Well,
right.
I don't know. I mean,
no, I think that
works.
argument makes a great deal of sense.
Bless you. Double bless. I know we've been sneezing the whole way down the stairs. By the way, I really wanted to see if my kneecaps would explode out of my legs if I jumped down those stairs.
We've talked about this. No exploding kneecaps until after the mission.
I know. I can't just burn my lay on hands just to see if I can destroy my legs. Okay, here's the deal. I've got that in my back pocket if we need it.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, Johannes. I was thinking like, oh, we probably don't want to let loose 1 or 2 or 4 or 5 people. But if you could cut everyone loose at the same time, that's really meaningful. Because we could call that part of the mission accomplished immediately.
And what, have them pour out of here all at once?
It would be good if we could figure out where to get them some weapons and things.
Or it would cause a stampede. We don't know what the effect is going to do to them or how long they've been under it.
This may be our only chance to get them out, though. Is caution even the right choice here?
The one thing is that I know Rain is trying to send someone to us with our stuff. With that being the case, that's the only thing I can think of that would be necessary for us to wait.
Well, and there's also, it seems like there's only one door. One way in, one way out. So if we are to do a dispel, we could use that door to be like, hey, everybody, in a single file fashion, go through here. Maybe we figure out where an armory is, where we could say, do the thing. They're gonna come after us. So here's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna pretend like we're all still zombies, which probably doesn't mean anything. We're all dolls. Because I don't think I know what a zombie is. Maybe I do. I don't know how many leeches I'd studied in Paladin school. Point being, we just say, well, hey, everybody, they're coming after us. We pretend that we're still mind melted, and then we all go gather armor and weapons, and we say, we're going to fight the sky. And then we fight this guy, being dragon priests instead, or get out of here. Whatever comes first.
You raise a point I hadn't considered, Johannes. If these are 6x6 battalions, they can't march up those stairs and out that door in a 6x6.
No.
Which means
1 by 1 safely, 2 by 2 riskily.
And Solinar scampers off to see, like, he's going to do a little bit of exploration of the room to see if he can locate other larger doors.
You look around, but due to the strange lighting, you're not able to tell if there are any large doors there or not.
So now, what are you trying to do right now?
Well, I'm trying to see if there's big doors, but as I'm kind of walking around here, like, I'm trying to be quick, of course, so I'm not, not like probing the walls, but I'm not seeing anything. At least nothing obvious.
Big doors, because then they'd be able to get the people out quicker.
Right. If you think about like a barracks or a fort, usually there's like the big gate thing that swings down and then the whole army marches out in rows on top of it, and it's a whole big show of force thing. Why would they line these people up in 6x6 rows if they're just going to go into single file to go out the door? Why not just line them all up in 100 by 20 or whatever?
I'm gonna look with you. We'll do a quick speed look around the prim, and then maybe we'll find something useful even if we don't find a big door. We definitely need to get back down here at some point to free everybody. We just need a plan.
Well, and whatever it's gonna be, it's gotta be quick, because whatever that vortex is doing, we need to go interrupt.
Yeah. I don't want the sky to be falling. I didn't roll well.
I only rolled a 4. I forgot that I took expertise in investigation at some point, so I'm a +8 now, which is still only a 12. It's not.
I'm pretty sure I'm a negative in that.
That checks out.
-2.
Boy, howdy, there sure are walls around here.
Dude. Solinar, they walled this place in.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me, but I don't see any doors. So, unless I'm going to spend a lot longer probing all the walls, which is something we do not have time for, I don't know. We're just going to have to figure something else out. Okay. We know Rain is possibly sending someone our way. We know that there's the sorcerer lady who maybe is going to come down soon to do magic stuff to our brains. Yes, no, maybe?
As you say that, you hear a loud sound, as if an enormous slab of stone has jostled itself free and is sinking into the floor. You hear the clicking of heels. It is not long before 2 figures come by, one of them holding a clipboard. The one that is not, and the one who very clearly has the heels that are making the sound, looks very familiar, even in this strange light. You remember more than anything the very painful looking whip at her side. She seems to be looking over the people bored. There's not really anything betrayed in her eyes with how she's looking at them. At one point, she's going to walk up to you, Solinar. She's going to grab your chin and sort of turn your head both ways and tilt her head curiously. There's a moment where you're almost certain that she has you figured out, before she drops her hand and walks away towards the door that you all entered from. You can hear it open and then close after about 5 minutes. You then hear the sound of an enormous stone slab rising up again to reattach as the wall.
Gosh dang magic doors.
Did you see that? That wall was a door the whole time.
I saw no such thing. I heard, though.
Oh, I was looking. I turned my head. And then when I saw people, I heard the heels, I turned my head right back and it was like, no thoughts, and I emptied my brain.
Yeah, you have no idea how hard it is to not, look straight ahead until there's someone in front of you actively turning your head. Like, it is so hard.
Yeah, you were getting chin held. You got Habsburg lipped.
I think I can't think of anything better to do than to cut these people loose and try to open that big wall.
Well, I know where the wall is. Johannes walks up to the wall and he's like, it's this wall.
You can see around where Johannes is moving and indicating the wall that there's this very fine layer of dust right by it. Probably from grinding the stone as it moves around.
Dang, they put this in fresh. This should have stopped happening after the first 20 or so times it occurred. Which means these prisoners weren't always part of their plan. Though I have no idea what this big room is for then. But regardless, what we should do is open this wall, and then Solinar starts probing the wall for a way to open it.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna do a quick little, what I like to call running through the paces, and I say, "Open sesame, abracadabra. Close your mouth when you chew." Okay, I've tried everything that I know, Solnai.
Wait, there's one set of magic words we haven't tried yet. Please and thank you.
Are you a polite wall? Don't disappoint your mother. Well, okay, never mind. Password?
I got nothing. There's something magical about this wall, but I have no idea what. Because I got a 10, and that is... I don't know how magical this wall is, but I bet it's not a 10.
Koza, you can probably help. You are good at the magics.
I mean, I don't know how many times I have to say this, that not really. I'm not really a magic boy. I'm a vibes boy.
I'm a vibes boy.
I don't have knowledge. I have just magical feelings.
God, same.
Alex, you're actually the pinnacle of both those things. You're both knowledge and magical feelings.
I got a nat 20.
Yo!
Way to go! Koza, you're familiar with these runes and sigils. You see how they're woven together, and for a moment, it feels almost like as you look at them, they fade away from being magical writing and look to you like simple words and incantation instructions. You can tell that all of the carving around this room is meant to keep the prisoners under the spell, except for the wall that you guys are investigating, which is meant to be kept open and or closed by the magic on it. Meaning, whatever you do to deactivate and reactivate the magic will either open or close it.
As in, deactivating the magic will make it change state? Or
basically, if you turn off and then on again the computer that is this door, it will boot to its next natural state.
Do you have the magic equivalent of a garage door opener?
Yeah, it's kind of what you need.
You click the button, and yeah.
Oh, I think I could open this, and I think these sigils, if we were to interrupt them, that would wake the people up.
Wait, we could just break the sigils? That's so much easier than what I was expecting.
I love interrupting things.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess that's an option. Should we open this door and see what's on the other side? And if it's clear, then maybe this is also the way out. Other than, I mean, the evil woman. I mean, maybe there's a path, a wider path that could be a way out.
I was kind of hoping that if this is the path that they plan to march them all out through, there's also a big armory on the other side of this door. I almost said doll, because it's like a door and a wall, but then I realized that doll is just a word.
I literally do that all the time. Not good.
My worry is, what if she's still right on the other side?
No, she's upstairs.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, she took the other stairs.
Sorry, yeah. What was I thinking?
Spatial.
Look, I get it. Focusing on staring straight ahead took a lot for me to focus on as well. There was a moment there where I thought I was going to lose my mind just focusing on staring straight ahead. But yeah, let's open this up and see what's on the other side. I'm 100% with you.
Heck yeah.
With a motion of your hand, the runes and sigils and writing on the wall light up and then fade out again before the door shivers a little and slides into the floor, revealing a large chamber where you can hear some kind of mechanical noise. Constant, monotonous, but rhythmic.
Oh, sick. Somebody's playing industrial music down here.
I was about to say. Oh, I've been to that show before.
Yeah, what's that Spanish band that ripped? Dame Area.
Dame Area.
Yeah, Dame Area.
So you said big mechanical noises, but I presume not like a bunch of racks of gear, for example.
Whoa, how much gear are we talking?
Actually,
yeah,
you do hear lots of gears and something moving and the rattling of chain.
You and I both know that when I said racks of gear, I did not mean big mechanical gears.
Did I know that?
Yeah, I said racks of gear, and you were like, there are in fact lots of gears.
I love this. Look at this.
God,
Is that chain rattle.
All right. I mean, Solinar is going to like look at his co-conspirators and kind of shrug and then drop into his stealthy walk stance and proceed forward into the mechanical area.
I'm gonna sneak right there. I'm gonna pass without a trace, and I'm gonna gesture for the rest of the group to stay close.
Stay close.
That takes my 23 stealth to a 33 stealth.
You guys creep quietly, almost without a trace, into the next room. And you see what was making that strange industrial noise. To the left, you can see both a lever coming out of the floor. One of those big ones that has like a bicycle brake on it, those really big cranky levers.
Cranky Leathers would be a sick name for an NPC, Alex. Just pocket that one.
Perfect. Got it. Thank you. And beside that lever, you see large, flat platforms carried by chains running up and down and around like a water wheel. Large enough, one would think, to carry a 6x6 group if they were standing in a tight formation.
So the platform lands, switches sides, sits still for a little bit, or is it like a constant motion of platforms?
It's slow, but it's a constant motion of platforms.
So we're not going to be, they wouldn't be loading soldiers onto these while it's in motion. They're like cranking the lever, load up, re-crank the lever so that they can shoot up into the sky, and then crank the lever so the next group can load up, etc., etc.
There's an established crank hierarchy here.
Yeah. You've got cranky leathers, and then there's cranky iron.
I will say that it's moving slow enough that it probably wouldn't be a trouble for you guys to get on a platform as it moves. Just a 6x6 group of people's a little bit tight.
So,
Well, that's fair.
is this like the clock stage of Super Mario 64?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Dude, I blew out my, speaking of blowing out your knees, I blew out my knees on that one so many times.
Woo!
Yeah.
That was actually pretty good. I'm impressed with
Yeah, I was
myself.
going to say that was a solid Mario. But every time I think about that one, I think about the toad just being like, wah!
That's
like
Wario.
Yeah. Toad Wario.
Yeah.
Wario shows up in a toad hat. Hey, Mario! It's me, Toad! Where are your valuables?
Hey, Mario. It's me, Toad.
I'm gonna ween.
Solinar kind of like looks meaningfully at the platforms and then back to the group and then like doesn't say anything, just kind of like looks between the two questioningly. Cocks his head to the side a little bit.
Well, we know how to get out. We know how to free people up because Koza identified the situation there.
Do we want to figure out where this goes first?
Well, we know it's safe in that somebody came from there.
Yeah, but do we know that it's actually a way out in of itself, or is there going to be a locked door on the other side of this?
I think we don't have time to find out. Normally, I think I would say, like, let's take lots of time here to figure out the right choice. But I don't know that we have that time.
My hope was that we would find equipment, because if we can find equipment, then Johannes can be properly armed, and I can at least have something functional before we start getting into scuffles with riffraff. Also, I'm concerned about releasing hundreds of people into an unknown situation, and them just being slowly fed into a sort of meat grinder-esque solution. What if I go and look while the rest of you work on freeing everyone and letting them know what's going on?
That's crazy enough that it just might work.
Then yeah, that sounds like a plan. That should at least keep us moving forward. So let's start.
I'll yell really loud if something goes wrong, and Solinar jumps onto one of the platforms as it's headed up.
Okay, Solinar, you're going to get up on the platform and look up defiantly as it takes you up into the unknown abyss. Johannes, Koza, the two of you have been left behind in the antechamber to free these people. What are you doing?
With Alita's there too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But she currently has very little magical capabilities, and really she can swing a mace, and that's about what she's got.
Well, I've got good.
When you say the two of you have been left behind, I'm like, and Alita.
Yeah.
Well, I've got good news, Alita. That mace swinging is going to come in handy because we got to destroy these stones.
Alita pulls out her mace eagerly.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Is there a difference between destroying the stones and, like, carefully severing? Like, is...
From the look you got, you really only need to mess up the chain of sigils enough that it can't communicate itself.
It sounds like that might be our only option.
It's the best that I can think of. And then what happens then is that we talk to them, right? When they're coming to, they're going to be confused, but we're going to be like, hey, we're here to save you. And then we have a plan, which is getting out to this secret door mechanism in blocks. The goal is going to be, if we can find armor and weapons, great. But we just need to make sure that we're getting out of the Boris Empire. Something like that. What do you think? Should I keep workshopping it? Do you got it? What do you want? What are you thinking?
That sounds pretty good to me.
Let's start hitting these rocks. Johanna starts going up to one of the stones.
What are you going to hit it with? You have nothing on you.
This is just a rock attached to the wall?
No, it's carved into the walls.
Johannes is going to hit it with a subtle nod to his friend Alita, who will hit it.
Because Alita's got a dress and can hide a mace under it.
I do not have a mace nor a dress currently.
She's going to pull the mace out from its hiding spot, and she's going to, with a cry, swing it and absolutely bury it into the wall. The wall will crack, but not really disrupt terribly. Can one of you say something to make me angry?
Your father. Period.
Oh, okay, that works, but that's not quite... Koza, can you... You make me mad a lot.
Oh, I make you mad a lot? No, I didn't think I made you mad a lot. Like, can you explain a time I've made you mad?
This is working great. Keep going.
Can you just give me, like, at least one example? Because I really wasn't realizing that I was making you mad.
As you're saying this and going through this spiral, Alita is like winding up her mace like it's a baseball bat and she's going to hit a home run. Mm-hmm. And she swings it into the wall, disrupting the sigils and causing the glow in the room to eliminate, leaving all of you in pitch black darkness.
Is the machinery generating any sort of light?
Nope.
Oh.
I'm gonna produce flame.
As you produce the flame, you begin to see the writhing and moving of shadows in the space as people begin to come to their senses. You can hear the general over murmur of various people starting and stopping conversations, that kind of rhythmic nothingness of crowd conversations.
Johannes, as this is going on, he does a quick gets himself really straight and rigid, so that he can kind of get himself into a posture where he can really project, and he goes, Everybody in the cave, listen up.
Roll charisma. Specifically performance, if you've got any value there, or persuasion, whichever's higher.
Persuasion, I definitely am I'm a persuasive boy. So 17 plus 7 is a 24.
Yeah, you can hear the sorceress kind of settle down, and you can feel eyes on you. A couple of the people in the area seem to have some kind of glow to their eyes, so you can visibly see them turn in the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
It's in no way unsettling.
Good, because I am a halfling, which means that I am brave.
You sure are.
Hey everybody, I'm a halfling, which means I'm brave. My name's Johannes. I'm here to rescue you all from the Borosian Empire. And we are all in a storage facility where we were all being kept. But we just destroyed a rock that was brainwashing everyone, which means that we're now all ourselves, which is a good thing. Because we gotta get out of here and back to our families, but we gotta do it safely. And the only way we're gonna do it is if we all work together as a team. I'm talking everybody here. You gotta turn to your left, turn to your right. You might not be able to see anybody because there's no lights, but there's people there. Shake their hand, learn their names, learn a little bit about their story, because we're all gonna need to work together on this one if we're gonna make it out of here. And I hate to say this, but it is dire. We are underneath the castle in the Borosian capital. I'm not gonna hide anything. It's not a good situation, but we're here to save you. We're heroes of prophecy, and we, with Aaliyah's help, have got a pretty rough plan. So we got down here, we snapped your brainwashing, and then if you look over there, I know it's dark, but there's a platform that we're going to light up, and it's going to move us in teams of 6 by 6?
Mm-hmm.
6 by 6, which means, again, to your neighbor, other neighbor, start learning names, get your 6 by 6 pods ready, be as quiet as possible. We don't want to alert any guards.
This is the worst possible team up for a science project I have ever heard.
This is the worst possible team up for a science project. I know. I hate it when it's a team project. If I work super hard, I don't get any benefit of it, and other people get to slack off. I know what all you are thinking right now, but here's the deal. I was that slacker. I know, audible gasp. That's right. But am I now? Absolutely not. Because I'm never going to slack on the freedom of friends and people from Ilaria, and also anywhere else any of you all are from.
You hear smatterings of confused applause before the group seems to really settle into what you're saying and what you're doing, and the applause gets stronger and more consistent until you are being cheered.
Keep it down.
The cheering stops very quickly as people realize.
Quiet cheering. Snaps at best.
You hear in the darkness the sound of dozens, if not hundreds of snaps.
Good. Okay,
Good luck with that, Foley Gabe.
We're all on the same... Oh, here, wait. Just waiting for the snaps to die down. Okay, we're all on the same page here. We're all gonna get out together. Everybody, we're gonna take that lift. The goal is gonna be to find the barracks of some type. They've dressed us all because they thought we were mind washed forever in some soldier uniforms. If we can find, whether you know how to fight or not, it's not, hopefully that's gonna be last resort. But if we can look like we are, one, intimidating, and two, supposed to be here, they might not question it. So not everybody knows about the brainwashing plans. If we can just say, that we're gonna be doing Barosian Empire things and do that all the way to the coast, that would be ideal. At the very least, we get out of this city and we can kind of make a little bit of a break for it. But again, we work together, work as a team, know your neighbor, everybody in your 6x6s, that's your family. Until we get you back to your real family, which only happens if we work together as a family.
Confused snapping. We are going to cut over to Solinar, who, after hearing some of the sounds that echo from the darkness, rises up to a lit platform.
Oh, thank God.
At this platform is a locked door, a wide locked door. Give or take, imagine a garage door, and you more or less have what it is.
Solinar hops off onto the lit platform, kneels down, and fishes some lockpicking supplies out of his socks.
All right, go ahead and lockpick for me.
Sock picking.
Right. Sock picking, let's go! That's a 14 plus 12 is 26.
A 26, you're going to hear the lock slide into place with a quiet snap, and the door is going to kind of jostle a little as it comes unhooked from its binding.
Solinar tries to open it as carefully as he can so that he can see what's on the other side without alerting what's on the other side.
It's unfortunately fairly impossible to open a garage door quietly, but you manage as best you can. You load it up into the ceiling and look out, and you see that you're outside. Well outside of where the palace is. You look over on the other side and realize that there is some kind of shimmering mirage facade made to look like the side of a rocky hill.
Is there any sort of shed or small building or anything like that where they might be keeping equipment for the soldiers that they're marching out of here?
There are. There actually seems to be kind of this open air shelter sort of build that has a visible forge within it and racks.
Is anyone guarding and or working this forge and racks?
The forge is cold, but you can see the remnants of things that are kind of partially done.
Solinar races over, locates a couple of small-ish bucklers, and then grabs whatever the slightest, pointiest sword he can get his hands on.
All right. You're able to arm yourself with some pretty basic equipment. It's not anything cheap by any stretch, but there's nothing really fancy or frilly about it. It's in the traditional Barosian style, which is relatively austere.
Well, and they were intending for this to be for the quote-unquote cannon fodder, so they weren't going to be putting their best armaments on them.
As you look out over the hill, towards Venturion and the palace, you're not as far from the palace as you initially thought, but you can see a huge part of the city and a road, the one that you traveled up to get here. And on that road, in the far distance, you hear it a little bit before you see it, but there's an army marching, and it's marching toward Venturion.
Hi. I have some thank yous I would like to say to the Patreon to make this show possible. And I want to give each of y'all a mushroom. Captain Envy, you are the beautiful Rusula. Jedros Gaming, the horse mushroom. Domovoy, how could you be anything other than the inside-out agaric? Elizabeth Lee, you're the giant puffball. Jeff Buck, absolutely you are the livid Intoloma. Thank you all so much.
I can also do this one for you.
Leave that in.
Hey, check this out.
Leave that in.
I'm sorry, are we just gonna skirt on past Captain Castanet fingers over here?
Leave that in.
How did you not know this about me?
How do you do that?
I use all four of my fingers.
Yeah.
Is that...
I just can't because my hands are sweaty at all times. I have sweaty hands at all times.
I need you to understand, audience, if Gabe leaves this in.
Gabe, leave that in.
That isn't sped up at all.
We actually...
Gabe,
no
don't
joke,
actually speed it up because you'll think it's funny.
No joke, we slowed it down. That was half speed. You should have seen this man. He's bleeding from the thumbs.
Oh, if I did, I could do it half speed. I could be like...
That sounds like a pony!
Oh my god, there's a pony going through your apartment. Look out, it's got a knife.
Oh god.
Well, that's the end of Josh. Stabbed by a horse like he would have wanted.